Film Pulse is supported by the kind donations from listeners like you. Please consider subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/filmpulse for just $1 a month and help keep the podcast on the air. Thank you so much and enjoy the show. This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the lumberyard. Watching the Grunion Pro Magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 245. My name's Adam Patterson. Joining me today, we got Kevin Rakestraw. How are you, Kevin?
I'm doing all right.
We're also joined by Ryan Holes. How are you?
Wheelchairs.
Ryan got a new wheelchair, so he's been telling us about it. It's got an excessive dump in it, apparently.
It's so terrible.
That's the term that they use, dump.
Yeah.
And that's like how low the seat, like the curvature of the seat in the back. Is that what it's? Oh.
Yeah, from front to back.
You would think they would come up with a better name for that.
Then dump.
You think they would put handles in the fucking wheelchair?
Yeah, his new wheelchair doesn't have handles now.
But also, do you not get to pick out your wheelchair?
That
Like it just shows up?
The first thing I said to them when I went to order it was, so, can we put handles in this so I can book me? And they're like, yeah, sure.
I just think it's funny that you have to request handles. Like, handles are an accessory to a wheelchair. How hard, I feel like the design of a wheelchair should just incorporate the handles.
Yeah,
right out of the box.
Yeah, you would think that you would have to ask to not have handles.
Exactly.
Like, that would be the mod.
But
let's strip it down.
This isn't the first wheelchair he's had without handles. Kevin, remember that other one that he had?
Yeah. Oh my God, are you kidding me? You gotta push him around with your hands in his armpits.
Yeah. Your hands would be in his armpits, and your hands would just be soaked in Ryan's underarm sweat. It's like, this is a poor design. Well, apparently they're still doing that with no handles. I don't understand.
But also, so you said, "Can I have handles on this one?" They're like, "Yeah, sure," and then it just shows up with no handles on it.
They're like, "Fuck you, no handles."
So I mean, the first question would be, where are you getting your wheelchair from?
They're the same place, but it's different owners now.
It's like,
well, apparently they kept the no handle
yes.
policy.
It's like Jim Bob's wheelchair discount wheelchair warehouse.
I'll sell the wheelchair company to you, but you gotta promise me, when you sell these wheelchairs, they better not have fucking handles on them.
I also not to go on a huge rant, but I like the fact that it took me almost 6 months for insurance to approve a wheelchair. Now, insurance, seriously, I'm not trying to rip you off and sell a wheelchair underground.
He's got the black market wheelchair game going.
Good Lord.
Just wait. We live in Trump's America now, so soon you're gonna have to wait 10 years to get a new wheelchair. You're gonna have to push you around on a skateboard.
Speaking of that, I have on Tuesday, I have a food interview with Medicare to see if I still need Medicare.
To see if you still need it. To see if you still...
It's as ridiculous as it sounds.
Oh my God.
No, we're just not sure.
Has he gotten better? No? Does he still need the money? Oh my God. Terrible.
You'd think that they would just be able to check and just, jump on Google and be like, has someone found a cure for Friedreich's ataxia?
Exactly.
Nope. Okay.
Nope. They'll still need the care. Oh my God, that's horrible. All right, what movie did we have you watch this week? Wonder Woman. This is the 1974 version. Obviously, we picked this in honor of the new one coming out this week. This is directed by Vincent McAveety. I have a synopsis here. A superhero uses her powers to thwart an international spy ring. I think this is actually before the popular Wonder Woman TV series. I think the TV series started in 75.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
So this actually predates the TV show. This stars Kathy Lee Crosby as Wonder Woman. Ryan, tell us a little bit about this thing.
Well, there's a stolen. Well, at the beginning, this group of guys steals all these books around the world that have secret identities and what they're doing and where they are. So they obviously need them back. And then after they steal them, the main bad guy defeats all of them. Then they go throughout the movie, and at one point, she 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 never really introduced herself as Wonder Woman, and no one speculates that she's Wonder Woman, except when she's going to first investigate all this. She says, I have to go to the dentist. And her boss says which one, and she's the French one because she's going to Paris. So
Alright.
she gets to Paris, has a few different run-ins with some bad people, and finally finds the main guy that has everything, and he gets intertwined with him, and he goes to meet him, and his assistant wants to kill her, so there's no evidence left. And he's like, oh no, we can't kill anyone, they'll look terrible. So she ends up escaping them, and the boss assistant tries to kill him, but then the boss comes back and quickly defends himself and kills him. And then Wonder Woman comes in to save the day and stop him from escaping the Rio Grande, where his secret hideout is. And he tries to escape via the water, and she eventually catches up to him, knocks him out of the boat, and then he gets arrested, and they become best friends. This movie is the worst passive aggressive. Like everyone smile at each other, and they're all nice to each other's faces, but secretly they hate each other. But they're never mated. They just say nice things to try and agitate the other people.
Mm. So even like when she's interacting with the villain, they're still like cordial with each other?
Yeah. At one point, he's like, I love you, I want to marry you. She's like, all right. And at another point, he's like, I'm going to kill you. And she just smiles and says, okay, and walks away.
Okay.
Very fast aggressive.
Sounds like it.
It doesn't sound, I gotta say, it doesn't sound very action-packed.
It's I could describe it in my head.
Okay.
It's like one of the. Did you ever watch that TV station, Me TV?
Me TV?
Yeah,
No.
it's like a air channel. They have like real old shows on there.
An
I
air
don't
channel?
understand any of the words you're speaking right now.
You mean like an over the air, like one of those over the
Yeah,
air?
yeah.
I know
Okay.
the
I
kind
think I
of
know what you're-
I know
I
the
think I know
kind
what
of
you're talking about.
channels that you're talking about.
It's like NBC, only it's not NBC. Like they have news and they have old TV shows.
Yeah, I
only-
know what you're talking about.
It feels like one of those where there's all kinds of like pastel colors and no CGI or no anything. Everything looks pretty much real,
Mm-hmm.
but
Well, it's
there's
because it was
no
the 70s.
yeah,
74.
but there's no like Godzilla CGI or any of that.
There's no Godzilla CGI.
In claymation.
Oh, okay. So you mean like practical
No,
effects?
no
not-
stop motion, no man in suit stuff. Yeah,
Crap.
I know what you're talking about. Just your delivery on that is
Just
is what
love
made
that
me
you're hung
laugh.
up on CGI for 1974.
Well, this
So there's, I just real quick to clarify. So there's no Godzillas, is what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
There's no
Uh,
blood, no pretty much no
Okay.
when people get shot, like at the beginning of the movie, when he shoots like 6 people, the camera pans to him and it's facing him, and there's like summary gunshots, but you don't see anything happening.
Mm.
well,
Classic 70s.
yeah. I mean, it should be noted that this was a made-for-TV movie. This aired on ABC, so yeah, I'm
This
sure.
was apparently supposed to be, I guess this was intended as a pilot
Ah,
for a TV series, but they didn't pick it up.
and then they did pick it up a year later, recast Linda Carter as Wonder
Yeah.
Woman. Poor Kathy Lee Crosby. All right, so what'd you think of this thing?
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
I-
Now, is there any? Does it have any of the Wonder Woman staples in it? You know, like her.
The lasso.
The uniform.
But even the uniform doesn't even really look like her actual uniform. It looks like the 70s tracksuit version.
They do have the lasso.
Did they have the lasso?
Huh?
Was there the truth lasso or the lasso of truth or
It
whatever?
was
it's called?
it was a belt buckle.
Uh-huh.
Of
and
course.
It came off and turned into a lasso.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it turned into a lasso.
That's a pretty nice belt
Now,
buckle.
I've noticed. So I'm looking at a couple stills from this movie, and it looks like she's carrying some sort of javelin. Does she use a javelin as a weapon?
Hold up.
No.
No. Well, what's the javelin for?
During one fight, there's some javelin throwing back and forth.
They're throwing javelins at each other. They're having a javelin fight.
So there was one scene where they just threw a javelin back and forth at each other. They just kept catching it and throwing it.
From what I remember, yes.
Oh my god, I love that. What about her invisible jet? Was that in this?
She talked about it to one of the people, but obviously never see it.
Okay, and what about the bracelets? Did she have the bracelets?
Yes. In fact, at one point, she's only wearing one, and they comment on, where's the other one? And secretly, it's exploding something.
What? It's exploding something?
Yes.
Secretly, it's
Secretly?
exploding something.
Yes.
Do we know what it's exploding, or is that a secret?
It's when she goes to fight the main guy. He says, "Where's your other bracelet you were wearing too?" And he can't, man. And then instantly there's the explosion. And she's gonna there it is. Holy shit, shit. Oh.
Well, what was it exploding? Was it?
They didn't show what it was. I'm assuming.
This is nothing.
Um,
That'd be funny if she just misplaced it and then it exploded. And she was like, "Oh, there it is."
Yeah, she like dropped it
Okay.
at the supermarket or something when she was doing some shopping, and then it exploded the supermarket.
It's
I'm
73 innocent people
assuming
died.
it exploded something he owed.
Oh, okay. So she's.
Did you own supermarkets?
Does he own a chain of supermarkets?
He is Sharon. His name is Sharon. Never mind.
Okay. All right.
Listen to that, bro. It's no, but understand that unless you live near Jerry's.
Jerry.
Jerry's.
I forgot about Jerry's. Oh, God. Is that still open? Are they still around?
Yeah.
We got some good fried chicken.
There's one up at Dairyland Square. So.
Well, yeah. I think that's the only one that ever existed.
Oh my. All right, let's talk about the director, Vincent McAveety. Let's see. He's got 78 directing credits, so he's got a lot of stuff under his belt here. He's done mostly TV from the looks of it. He did a movie in 1981 called Amy. He did a movie in 1976 called Gus.
Some Herbie movies.
Did some Herbie movies. The Biscuit Eater. He did a movie in 1972 called The Biscuit Eater.
Yeah, it looks like from 71 to like 73 he did some Disney movies. Because The $1 Million Duck was a Disney movie, Biscuit Eater, and Super Dad. And I think Charlie
Super
and the Angel
Dad.
was the Super Dad. That has Kurt Russell in it, by the way. Kurt Russell.
I bet he is a super dad.
Charlie and the Angel is a super, and then in parentheses, natural comedy. That's a Walt Disney movie too.
All right.
I've
Well, he
never
did.
heard of such Disney movies.
He did an episode of Pensacola Wings of Gold.
Hell yeah!
Did 28 episodes of Murder, She Wrote.
There you go.
Good number. The 40 episodes of Simon and Simon. 40.
Damn. Did 18 episodes of In the Heat of the Night.
That was a great show.
That was my mom's favorite show ever.
My dad loved In the
my
Heat of the
God.
Night. I just
watch that damn show all the time.
I didn't like it as a kid, and then I saw a couple episodes like in syndication as an older. I don't know how old I was, maybe a teenager, and I was like, "Oh, this show is actually really good."
But my mom watched it because of Bubba.
Bubba? Was that Yaphet Kotto's character?
No. It was Alan Autry's.
No. Yaphet Kotto was in that, right?
I think he was.
Pretty sure he was. Anyway, yes, he's got a number of things. Did some like those crappy Disney live action ones, and then went straight to TV. He's still alive. He was born in 1929, but he hasn't done anything since Diagnosis Murder, if you remember that show.
Yeah, Yaphet Kotto was not in the Heat of the Night.
Well, what the hell was he in? What am I missing?
He was in Homicide. Is that what you're thinking of?
Probably Homicide.
Because he was fucking awesome in Homicide.
Yeah.
Carl Weathers is in
him and
In the Heat of the Night.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was thinking of. Maybe I was getting the two mixed up. And Andre Brower in Homicide, and Melissa Leo.
Homicide, man, Homicide was like the best show ever.
Hell yeah! I remember the one episode when Andre Brower had a heart attack. I think he was like interrogating a suspect, and he had a heart attack, and it was like such a huge moment in TV. Like I'll never forget watching it for some reason.
Was it that? I thought he had a stroke.
I think it might have been a stroke. Yeah,
they did like the rest of the show with he had to act like he had a stroke.
Yeah, I think it was a stroke. Yeah, you're right.
He's underrated, man. He is underrated.
That was a really shocking episode. I remember as a youngster being like, "Holy crap!"
That show was The Wire before there was.
It really was. I mean, it was the same. It was the same. What's his name? David Simon. Is that his name?
But I think it was more at that time. It was more shocking.
Oh yeah, because it was so gritty, and I remember they were dealing with a lot of, very topical issues and really kind of controversial issues like AIDS and stuff like that. And that was on network television. It wasn't like cable or anything like that. And I remember the cinematography, like the way that they shot that show looked very unique as well, because they kept it was all handheld, and it was really gritty and very felt very documentary like. What an awesome show. I just remember the board they had. That was like the big focal point, the whiteboard.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to.
I know. No, I just want to go watch Homicide now. God damn it!
I am totally buying the complete series of Homicide: Life on the Street.
All right, getting back to this Wonder Woman thing. Any final thoughts before we give you your drum roll?
Boring.
I have one question, Ryan. If you're looking at IMDb or the Wikipedia page, the cover here, it looks like it's a DVD cover, the archive collection for Warner Brothers. What she's standing in, would that be technically called a dump?
Oh, good question.
Is that a dump?
Yeah, a deep dump.
A deep dump.
Think of the red part. The dump would be the red part, the red line. But like on my wheelchair, and a friendship drop from the beginning to the end. And not like enough drop to fit a whole human being in
Uh, I think at that point it's just a pit. Like she's just standing in a pit.
It's not supposed to be a W. Like, isn't she in the middle part of the W?
Maybe if that's what it's supposed to be, that is terrible.
It is a terrible W.
I guess that's
I
what it is.
mean, the red and white parts are the outside, are legs on the inside.
I get it, but it's if that's what they were going for, I think that's a fail. All right, let's give you your drum roll on this thing. What are you going to give Wonder Woman?
3.
That's a 3 out of 10. Now, what do you think about the new one?
I'm kind of interested. Look at the previous. Make it look pretty interesting.
So, some early the social media embargo lifted off of this. Not the review embargo, but the social media embargo. So people can talk about it on Twitter and Facebook. And the early buzz is that it's quite good. That it's by far the best of the DC movies, the recent DC movies. There's a fair amount of humor in it, a lot of really solid action. So I think the trailers made it look good, but I'm still very skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's your take, Ryan? Or I mean, Kevin?
I'm actually kind of excited for Wonder Woman.
Wow. I mean, I think Gal Gadot was a really good choice for Wonder Woman. Like, I wasn't really sure until I actually saw her in Batman v Superman, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can totally see that. I think getting Patty Jenkins to direct it is an interesting choice as well. We don't have a whole lot of superhero movies that are directed by female directors, and you get Patty Jenkins who did Monster, which was huge movie, and she also did that show The Killing, which I was a big fan of.
Yeah, I like that.
And she even did some Arrested Development episodes.
Huh.
So you got a good director behind you. You got Wonder Woman is a classic character, and I think that they could do a lot of really great stuff with her. So I don't know. Maybe this one's gonna be pretty good.
I think I'm most interested because, unlike almost every other superhero, they have beaten it to death. Like Deadpool, that was a new one.
So for you, this is something new.
Yeah, it's just a new character.
Yeah. X-Men, there's been like 19 of them.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You want something new, some new characters out there. I think we're getting a decent amount of new stuff, new characters at least. I mean, the movies themselves are all feeling a bit the same, but
I want to see a movie based on Aquaman.
Well, that's happening.
The entire movie just yells from the water. Like, hey, come fight me. I can't. Come on, man.
I think that's a Family Guy joke.
I come into the water and fight me.
So it seems all three of us we're looking forward to some Wonder Woman.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty positive about it, I think.
You know what that means? We're all gonna be let down
very
hard.
Very possibly. All right, any final thoughts, Ryan, on Wonder Woman?
Skim it.
Skip it.
It was so quick. Wasn't ready for that.
Just a quick little bit of trivia. I just saw this. I just had this up on my screen. Some notable people that played Wonder Woman. So we know that Gal Gadot and Linda Carter all played Wonder Woman, but and then Kathy Lee Crosby, of course, in this one. There was Wonder Woman. The character was voiced by a whole lot of people with the DC animated movies and the TV shows. She was voiced by people including Susan Eisenberg, Lucy Lawless, Kerry Russell, Michelle Moynihan, Kobe Smulders, and Rosario Dawson.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So maybe check out some of the animated movies and hear some other actors playing the role. All right, I think that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for listening. You can send us your questions and topics to podcast at filmpulse.net. You can follow us on Twitter at filmpulsenet, at filmpulsekevin, and at mylegsdon'twork. And if you have a minute, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/filmpulse. Consider helping us out by becoming a subscriber. For Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holes, my name is Adam Patterson. We will see you next week.
See you later.